Sherlock Holmes is the world's most famous detective. His superhuman powers of deduction are known worldwide, and his distinctive, quirky appearance is immediately recognisable. Today, we're going to help you learn a little bit more about the world's greatest detective and have a look at the man behind the magnifying glass with these 10 essential Sherlock Holmes facts. Fact number 1. Sherlock Holmes was born in January 1854. Not much is known about his early life, except that he has an older brother named Mycroft, whom Holmes considered intellectually superior to himself, and that he was the grandnephew of a French artist by the name of Émile Jean Horace Vernet. Fact number 2. His exploits were first published in A Study in Scarlet, which was written in 1886 by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. The name is taken from a speech given by Holmes in the book in which he describes his investigation of a murder as his Study in Scarlet. A Study in Scarlet was first published in 1887 in Beeton's Christmas Annual. Only 11 complete copies of it are known to exist today. Fact 3. Sherlock lived at 221B Baker Street with his friend and colleague Dr. John H. Watson and practiced as a detective between the years of 1881 and 1904, only 17 of which did his great friend and colleague Dr. Watson work alongside him. The real-life 221B Baker Street was part of Abbey House, a building constructed for the Abbey Road Building Society. The Building Society received so much mail from fans of the great detective after his rise to worldwide stardom that they had to appoint a permanent secretary to Sherlock Holmes. Fact number 4. Holmes took his first case at the age of 20 in The Adventure of Gloria Scott. He developed his interest in detective work as an undergraduate at university and was encouraged to take it up as a profession after meeting with the father of one of his college friends, Victor Trevor, who was very complimentary of his deductive skills. Fact number 5. Although he was a brilliant detective, Dr. Watson described Sherlock as the worst tenant in London. He was extremely untidy, played violin late at night, and even conducted chemical experiments at his residence on Baker Street, much to the dismay of his landlady, Mrs. Hudson. Fact number 6. Holmes also had a few bad habits. He and Watson were of course known for smoking pipes and occasionally even cigarettes and cigars, but Sherlock also had another, even more dangerous habit. He liked to use cocaine to, he claims, stimulate his mind in times of idleness. However, cocaine was legal in Victorian England, so its use was not uncommon. Watson called the drug Holmes's only vice and was at times concerned about Holmes's use of cocaine. Fact number 7. Holmes retired to a little farm on the Sussex Downs sometime before 1904 and took up beekeeping as a hobby. He came out of retirement only twice, once with Watson during World War I to aid the war effort in his final battle, and alone during the Adventure of the Lion's Mane, which is the only Sherlock Holmes story that is narrated from the point of view of Holmes himself. Fact number 8. Holmes never actually used the phrase, "elementary, my dear Watson," which is actually really surprising, but he is known to have both exclaimed "elementary" and referred to Dr. Watson as "my dear Watson" at various points throughout their adventures, but he never used them together. Fact number 9. Some of the investigative techniques used by Holmes weren't even used by the police until years later. Holmes used fingerprinting 11 years before police in Britain started using the technique in 1901. Fact number 10. Sherlock Holmes has been wrong about a case only once. The Adventure of the Yellow Face is remarkable in that it's the only story in which Holmes' line of deduction during the case turns out to be totally incorrect. After the case has been solved, Holmes appears humbled by his mistake and requests that Watson reminds him if he ever appears to be overconfident in his abilities again. So those are your top 10 essential Sherlock Holmes facts. Thank you and goodbye.